Hey there, baby girls! Today I wanted to talk about something that I think is so important yet often taken for granted. It is about taking care of ourselves by saying no. Let's be honest here, shall we? We live in a world where we want to please and serve everyone, and this is one of the reasons why we all have this superhero mentality within us. But then today, in this video, it's time for us to make a change and make ourselves a priority as well. Because we have forgotten that our first mission should be to take care of ourselves. Yes, I know. It sounds selfish, and indeed, it may sound selfish at first. Because trust me, it is essential. Because if you are constantly giving and never taking time for yourself, your energy will be depleted. We need to be generous and loving to ourselves as much as we need to be generous and loving to others. Because here's the reality. If we are constantly giving and never taking back, it will eventually deplete our energy and leave us feeling burnt out. And that is not healthy for us, my love. This will leave people expecting so much from us. In fact, they might let us work for 24 hours straight if we allow it. And then they will always take from us if we allow them. Here's the truth. People will take as much as we give them. So, don't let them squeeze you dry just because you cannot say no. Sure, it's easy to work all the time, but the reality is, if we don't take time for ourselves, we won't be as creative and productive as we could be. And that is why we need to get refreshed. And how you do it is entirely up to you. Because we all have different ways of refreshing ourselves. Other people do it through exercising. Other people do it through playing their favorite sports. Some people meet up with their friends, and some people go for shopping. Some people go for meditation, and some people simply take time to be alone at home. So find what works for you and make sure to refresh yourself regularly. And remember, life will continue even if you say no. So what's holding you back from saying no or for turning down some favors or requests from other people? There will always be needs and tasks that require attention. But if you let them consume you, then you'll be swallowed alive. You have to learn your limits and the limits of what you can do and what you can give, and know when enough is enough. So it's okay to say no and to prioritize yourself. This is your limit. Take it from me, my love. I used to be a people pleaser. For a very long time, I have this superhero mentality of wanting to please everyone around me. I would go out of my way to help others, and I often neglect my own needs and desires because saying no is difficult for me. Because of course I don't want to disappoint them or to let them down, so I let myself down instead. I would constantly find myself overcommitted and overwhelmed. I would say yes to every favor. I would say yes to every task and every request that came my way. It didn't take long for me to realize that I was spreading myself too thin. My energy was depleted. I was taken for granted, and I was sacrificing my own well-being in the process. It was until I saw myself often giving, and what I gave wasn't reciprocated. It can be as simple as time, attention, or care not being reciprocated. But it hurts. It was exhausting. I got stressed and I got burnt out. And it was at that moment that I realized that something needed to change. I need to take care of myself and prioritize my own needs. So, learning to say no was not an easy journey. It required me to confront my own fears and insecurities. I had to overcome the fear of disappointing many people and the guilt that often accompanied by saying no. I started by setting boundaries and recognizing my own limits. I reminded myself that it's okay to prioritize myself and my own needs, And I also learned to communicate my boundaries assertively yet kindly. I began to say no to certain requests and obligations. But at first, surely I felt uncomfortable. But with time, I started to understand that my own well being and happiness were just as important as anyone else. I also noticed that the relationships in my life began to change. By saying no, I was able to establish healthier boundaries and surround myself with people who respected and valued my needs. Some people respected my no, and some hate it. But the people who truly cared for me understood and supported. Also, you won't regret it when you're lying on deathbed, realizing that you were so caught up in the stress of constantly working and trying to please others that you did not fully enjoy time with yourself and with your loved ones. Because, see, no one on his deathbed ever said, I wish I had spent more time at the office, or I wish I had more money than I did, or I wish I had accomplished more career titles than I had. When we are on our deathbed, we will reflect on the life we have lived and the choices we made. We will remember the opportunities that came our way, moments where we could have explored and enjoyed and truly experienced life, but then instead, we chose to prioritize work or a steady paycheck. Yes, baby girls, I understand we have bills to pay, and we need to earn money to sustain and support ourselves on this earth. However, it is important to recognize that we were not put here and have been given this life to just make money and fulfill those financial obligations. Because money comes and money goes. This is the role of money in our life. And we only have this one life to live, and this life we have is short. And this life is meant to be lived and enjoyed. Yes, you may have wonderful talent and excellent working skills, but you must also take care of yourself and learn to say no and live a life of balance. It's not all work 24/7. It's not all about you saying yes to every favor that comes your way, and not everyone who needs help you must help. Simply because other people's emergency is not your emergency. So, it's about finding a balance between fulfilling our responsibilities and making space for the experiences and adventures that truly matter. We must resist the temptation to let work or financial gain overshadow the joy, growth, and connections that life has to offer. Because the world expects a lot from us, and it can be energy draining, it can be overwhelming, and it can be very frustrating. So that's why it's time to get back in balance and prioritize ourselves. Now, let's reflect a little bit and remember our life during pandemic. It forced us to slow down and put many aspects of our lives on pause, correct? Because while it may have been boring for many, it also shifted our priorities and reminded us of what truly matters. We were able to spend quality time with the people who matters most in our lives and appreciate the little things. We were able to spend a lot of time for ourselves and pursue what we need to pursue and reflect what we need to reflect onto. So, my friends, I want to encourage you to take care of yourself by saying no. And when you say no, please know that it is not selfish, and in fact, it's necessary. Because you deserve to have a balanced life where you can recharge and be at your best. Have you experienced traveling to other country or to other city wherein you have to make sure to explore the best places and wherein you spend most of your time making memories because you know you will only be there for a visit and for a few days, and you will never know when you will be able to come back and visit the place again? It is the same with our stay here on earth. Our days are numbered. We come to this earth only for a visit. So we should make memories and allow ourselves to enjoy life and what the earth has to offer aside from the material and the monetary things. So, as we navigate through life, let us remember that it's not just about the bills we pay or the money we accumulate. It's about embracing the gift of life and making the most of the opportunities that arise. So when our time on this earth will finally come to an end, we will look back without regret and we will say, I lived fully. I embraced the moments and I made my life count. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I hope this message resonated with you. And if it did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content on self-care and personal growth. Until next time, take care of yourselves and please say no when it's necessary. Stay balanced and stay happy. Bye, my love!